Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to another podcast. Yeah, so I wasn't really planning to do one for Sunday, but I figured I would go ahead and do one anyways, just to kind of keep the momentum going of what I got going on. So, good morning. Happy Sunday. I know probably some of you guys were just getting out of church. If you guys go to church, depending on where you're at, some of you guys are going into church right now. It's like 10:42 a.m. my time. So we got a couple things that I wanted to talk about in this episode. Um, yeah, of course, the audio version will be uploaded to the audio podcast site. Links in the description. First off, before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to the team members. So, those that have basically decided to join the team, I thank you guys so much for doing that. You guys took a chance, so that's pretty awesome. More stuff coming down the way. And yeah, the month of October is kicked off, so I am kind of happy about that. So we have Gene in here already. Good morning or good afternoon, where you are. We got Red Rum in the building. Hello, Tito. Good morning, everyone. In another country, another county. I'll catch y'all in the replay later. No problem, Red Rum. No problem, man. Yeah, definitely, you guys can catch the replay on this. So I'm just gonna go through several different things here and just pretty much like call it a day after that. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about the mysterious, if it will ever happen, Pixel Watch. That's something that I think some people still kind of like throw around here and there. And I'm one of those people too. Like, where's this Pixel Watch? Like, we've seen so much moves from Google, kind of hinting towards it, right? But then there's also that fear set that sets in of like, how people thought that there was like a Pixel Ultra or some sort of like, super powerful Pixel that was supposed to come out, and it never comes out, right? The Pixel 4, when that released, and the 4XL, a lot of people are like, okay, there's going to be a Pixel Ultra, and that never happened. So a lot of people feel like that that this is going to be the case. Kathy, good morning, good afternoon. Hi, thanks for joining in. We got Keystone Tech in the building. What up, bro? How's it going? Yeah, so first off, the elusive Pixel Watch. Now, what made people think that there was actually a Pixel Watch was the fact that Google had acquired Fitbit. For those who don't know what Fitbit is, it was a pretty popular wearable technology dedicated to fitness. So it pretty much like tracked like, your running. They had different watches that, some that would track, like monitor your heart rate and things like that. And Fitbit was the company that acquired Pebble. If you guys remember the Pebble smartwatch, probably one of my favorite smartwatches to have ever came. It's just, yeah, we were like, okay, we seen Pebble go to Fitbit go to Google, and so we're thinking like Google's gonna make something happen with this, So here, let me screen share this. This is the article is from Tom's Guide. It kind of talks about the Pixel Watch, just like rumors and stuff like that. But these are just rumors, okay? So it's not like these are confirmed. The images you guys see, those are not actual renders of the watch itself. It's just, fan-made renders, I guess you can say. And as I do, I cite my sources. So there's a link in the chat if you guys want to read this article from Tom's Guide. Well, let's go through what are the rumors of this thing, right? So we see right there, and look at that. That looks like a very light watch, but I'm not too sure about the clasp, how secure that's going to be. Some people will say, like, just looking at this render, if this is what the Pixel Watch would look like, this looks like something like, you would buy for a child at like a 5 and below or something like that, like a dollar store or something. It doesn't ooze out. But then again, this is Google, so I would expect if they made something, they would make something quirky like this. This is something quirky that I think definitely you would see, right? Google is not one to go on the norms. So on this article, it says that an excerpt from this article I'll read. It says the long rumored Google Pixel Watch could be on the way to battle the Apple Watch 6, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3, and other best smartwatches on the market. Although Google has shot down speculation about in-house smartwatch, a number of patents and acquisitions in wearable space, quote, Fitbit, point to the Pixel Watch debut being a matter of when, not if. The best cheap smartwatches that they have tested, they have a link for that. They have everything you need to know about the Pixel 5. And they go on to say the Pixel Watch would be the first smartwatch from Google, instantly making it the most important Wear OS option out there. No, it's not our favorite wearable software, but we imagine it'll be improved by optimized hardware. Google also knows smartwatches and fitness trackers comprise one of the fastest growing consumer tech categories. It would be wise to put out a model of its own out as an accessory for its Pixel smartphones, like the new Pixel 4a, the upcoming 5. So this article was written way before the 5's release. You guys want to read more into that? You guys definitely can. You guys can head over to Tom's Guide. Tom's Guide definitely always putting out a lot of info, rumors and stuff like that. So here's the thing. A Pixel Watch, right? I say to Google, why not? Why not a Pixel Watch? I mean, you guys put out Pixel Buds. They haven't been the greatest. There's been a lot of issues with the Pixel Buds 2. And that I specifically say the 2 because the original first Pixel Buds were the ones that had the wires that would like anchor to your neck and you'll pop them in your ear. These wireless ones are actually the Pixel Buds 2. They are the ones that you can, obviously they're wireless. And they had a lot of kind of good ideas that really just kind of messed with the development of it. As a matter of fact, I feel like that, we were the guinea pigs, right? So when the first Pixel Buds was able to be ordered, you can order the white variant, right? The other colors didn't come for a long time. I mean, sheesh, I got my Pixel Buds. Babe, when did we order them? Wasn't it like in March? Or no, not March, but like April? It was like April or May that we ordered them. Yeah, earlier this year. I would say that Q2 of this year, we ordered the Pixel Buds, right? And then the new colors didn't come until like last month. So that was a pretty long time. So I feel like those that ordered the white variant when they first launched, we were like the guinea pigs, and it was plagued after so much issues with the Pixel Buds. I mean, the Pixel Buds were just, yeah. But when I first got them, I had no problems. But every time that that they did a software update to try to fix the issues for a lot of other users, then mine became plagued with problems, and it's been ever since. The recent software version 552. Supposedly was supposed to fix the issue with the Pixel Buds. I have to make an update video on it because it did fix the issue of the audio dropping every 1 minute 50 seconds on audio playback. But like when you're listening to music on it, like if I'm sitting here listening to it, I have no problems. The moment that I go to the gym, I start to have problems, which I honestly think has to do with the antenna. The antenna is a hardware issue. And I think there's, being in like a gym, a lot of the fitness workout stuff, they obviously you can Bluetooth connect to them or whatever. So I think there's a lot of interference that causes that. Outside from going to the gym when I work out, they work just fine. So I don't know. But anyways, back to the Pixel Watch. This Pixel Watch wouldn't be, something that I would say Google should look past or look beyond. There are people who really, really use smartwatches on a day-to-day, whether it's, for fitness and health tracking, or if it's for getting, discrete notifications during a business meeting. So they don't want to take their phone out, in a group setting. Or if they're at work and they're crunching away, they got to get stuff done. They can still get their notifications from the watch without having to take their phone out. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's several things you can use it for. So I really feel like that Google should not overlook it. And if they're trying to do something like quirky to try to set them to stand away from the rest of the competition, I would advise Google not to. Just build a solid smartwatch. That's all I would say to Google. Just build a solid smartwatch. We don't need the bells and whistles in your very first smartwatch. We don't. We just need a functional, capable smartwatch. That's all we need. Anything else beyond that, it's not needed, and yeah, for the, if Google was to follow that method, yeah, for the first time, it wouldn't be googly. But not everything that Google puts out has to be googly. Not everything that they do has to try and set itself away from anything else. KJ Wild 118. Howdy, Tito. What's up, KJ? How's it going? Appreciate you for coming in. Yeah, you didn't miss too much yet. We're still talking about the Pixel Watch. If it's ever going to come, then that's something that, hopefully, fingers crossed, we may see in the future. But my plea to Google is don't go the googly route. Don't put on your Google propeller hat and then try to be googly about it. We don't need it to be able to, fetch a cold one from the refrigerator, magnetically. We don't need Project Soli in it. I don't need to wave my hand over the watch to have it do certain things. Just make a solid functional watch. If you do so, I promise it will catch on. It will sell. Right? And price it competitively, because you're putting the basic functionalities in it, along with, depending on Wear OS, most other smartwatches that are in the good realm are going, well over $200. So then price this thing, I would say, the same as your Pixel Buds, $179.99, right? That's affordable. It's less than the competition, but it provides more. And on top of that, if you're going to release the Pixel Watch, and say you go the method that I'm asking that they go, another piece to the puzzle that would make this, a beautiful put together, image, is that they really fix Wear OS. That's another thing that they really got to do. Like, I have my Moto 360 smartwatch. I still use it from time to time, but there are times that I don't. There are times where I feel like the functionality is just a bit too weird, and I have no desire to always wear it. And so, yeah, with the Pixel Watch, Wear OS is going to play a major factor, because, again, hardware is half the battle, but software is where it's really at. And if the software doesn't play well, then the software is going to ruin the experience for users, who are then not going to invest if you guys make a Pixel Watch 2. So I say on the Google, bring this thing out. Do not put on your Noogler hat with the propeller and go buck wild and crazy. Keep it simple. And then lastly, fix Wear OS. Simple as that. Just fix Wear OS. Anyways, guys, so we're going to move on to the next thing here in just a second. Let me know what you guys think, just real fast before we move on. A Pixel Watch, which, obviously will work with any Android device, just like the Pixel Buds do. If they were to release a Pixel Watch and they were to give, comfortable form factor, functionality, and a great software experience from the watch itself to be a accessory and a handy partner to your smartphone at a price of $179.99 and under, would you consider getting one? Let me know what you guys think. Because me personally, I would. Even if it looked like that in the image there from the website Tom's Guide, if it looked like that, I mean, to me, that's totally fine. I think a bubble screen, like a bubble display screen, like not really like bubbly, but just kind of like a little arc to it, I think that's fine. Touchscreen, totally cool. If they were to throw Project Soli into this thing with, to bring motion sense, that way, you can navigate on your screen without actually touching it, that would be okay, only if they got it right. And only if there is some actual need to that functionality, other than saying, hey, look what I can do. I can wave my hand over my watch and have it do something. Like, no. That's not enough to really go and say, okay, it's important to put in a watch. Like, it's got to have some functionality. Would you guys even consider it? It's simple question. Because the only thing that I would really want from the the Pixel Watch itself, is that it's light. Like it's not heavy on the wrist. That's one of the other things that I think that plagues smartwatches is like they put so much into these things. They build it out of various materials, mostly, like stainless steel or whatever, whatnot. It becomes heavy on the wrist. It weighs your wrist down. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I can feel it. If I put on like just a regular watch, like I have a regular watch around here with like a brown leather band, metal casing, to tell time, but it doesn't weigh down my wrist. The moment I put on my Moto 360, oh man, I can feel the weight on my wrist. If I put my hand down, it feels like it's dragging my arm down. It feels like that if I was to jump in the water, I would sink straight to the bottom of the ocean with that watch. So because of just like how thick the casing is, and how much it weighs. So if they were to actually if the Pixel Watch was light, which I'm looking in the photo here from Tom's Guide, if they build it to whoever rendered this photo to kind of, just show us what a Pixel Watch may look like, because this is not, again, I say the photo in Tom's Guide, that's not what the Pixel Watch is going to look like. We don't even know if Google is intending on releasing a Pixel Watch anytime soon. These are just rumors. But if it looks like that watch right there looks light. It looks light. I wouldn't care for interchangeable bands. I really wouldn't. As far as a watch, I'm not super into customizing it. It'd be cool if they added some sort of functionality to customize it. Maybe like the watch body itself presses into like the rubber, like the band itself. The band is like soft, a little, stretchy, so you can kind of force the watch in. And then after that, you can interchange the bands that way. But I don't need it to have the mechanism to unclamp, the watch band from the housing case itself, and then, go like change out the watch bands. Like I don't need it to do that. If it doesn't actually change the watch bands, then I'll just select the color that I know, one, would work out for me, that I would like. Two, would actually pair with any outfit and style that I'm wearing, whether I'm wearing sporty, like right now, just a t-shirt and basketball shorts, or if I was to like put on a pair of jeans and a button up, or if I was to put on a suit, that this watch would definitely work with any ensemble that I'm wearing. So that's what I would do if they actually had it. Let's see. Aja Mora says, I love that render. Yeah, that is a nice render. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It may look a little toyish, kind of, but it doesn't look bad at all. And, you put that on your wrist, it's on your wrist, then you go, you know what I mean? Would they need to make an LTE standalone version? Possibly. I can see maybe like the LTE standalone version being priced at $179.99 and the non-LTE version being $149.99, just making a $30 difference. I would definitely go for the non-LTE version. I don't need to put a second phone line into my watch, so I can have it pair with my device by Bluetooth and still answer phone calls and stuff from the watch itself. But no, I say straight out, yeah, Google needs to make this happen. They did the Pixel Buds. They need more wearable technology. They know that consumers go for wearable technology, so Google, just make this happen. All right, so let's go to the next thing. Just a quick update on the Pixel 5. This coming from the website known as Forbes website. So this is from Forbes.com. And let me just grab the link for you guys. I always cite my sources from what I'm sharing with you guys, so you guys can always look back at them, kind of read the article in complete detail. So there we have it. This is from Forbes. And yeah, they basically give, a little bit of their own perspective. They say that the Google Pixel 5 will continue to cause problems for Apple and Samsung. Now, here in a little bit, you guys will kind of see why people are feeling this way with the Pixel 5. And by the way, there's a YouTuber who actually got the Pixel 5 from Vodafone in the UK, and was it was funny because he was given the Pixel 5 from them. He had there was no embargo and no NDA, right? So he didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement. He's not tight-lipped to not talk about things. They just gave him the Pixel 5, and then they said, make whatever videos you want to make. So he did so. And yeah, his videos is catching major views. I forgot the name of his YouTube channel, but you know what? Later on in the description of this live stream, which should probably actually be available for replay tomorrow because YouTube likes to process these things weird, I will post a link to the YouTuber's channel. But anyways, yeah, he's made 2 videos so far. His initial first impressions of it, and then some things he's noticed about it with his time with the Pixel 5. So just throwing that out there. But anyways, while the rest of Team Pixel members are still waiting for their Pixel 5 or 4A 5G, I don't know if they did it a mix or what. Either way, really good options from Google to an extent. But yeah, well, that's for another time. But anyways, so Pixel 5, Team Pixel guys are waiting for their Pixel 5s. Some of them that are part of Team Pixel have already gotten theirs. Of course, the major guys in this YouTube space have gotten theirs. But the rest of the team, bless you. Bless you, babe. The rest of the Team Pixel members, not so likely. But anyways, Forbes goes on to say that, and I'm reading this verbatim, as the competition perfects its next generation technology and makes breakthroughs in material science, it's not hard to feel like Google's hardware is a bit behind the rest. Apple's LiDAR technology gives us a glimpse into the future of home automation, and Samsung has turned stiff smartphones into malleable objects. But Google is now just jumping into the wide-angle camera bandwagon. That's good that's a good argument for keeping things simple and cheap, considering most consumers remain resolutely focused on 2 smartphone features: price and battery. Also, the flashy extras can come across as frivolous adventures for cash-rich tech companies seeking out some R&D tax breaks. But Google's slightly dated approach to hardware doesn't tell the full story. Bless you, babe. Its work in AI, which manifests as Google Assistant, keeps me coming back to its devices. Bless you. The recently announced Hold For Me feature is a perfect example of exactly that. The new service takes over when you're on hold and lets you do something else while waiting in a call queue. As Google explains it, the AI is smart enough to recognize when the person on the other end has actually answered. Hold For Me is powered by Google's duplex technology, which not only recognizes hold music, but also understands the difference between a recorded message like "Hello, thank you for waiting" and a representative on the line. Once a representative is identified, Google Assistant will notify you that someone's ready to talk and ask the representative to hold for a moment while you return to the call. I was fortunate enough to spend 20 minutes idly waiting for a customer representative at the local council this week, and I tried to solve a parking issue. It was fun as it sounds. Being tethered to my phone while waiting on hold, paralyzed from doing anything else, is incredibly frustrating. Not because it's such a colossal waste of time. Google's invention solves that, but most importantly, it gives you time back. Yeah. So again, they're really focusing here, and what I feel like that they're focusing on with this is this right here. Basically, the Hold For Me. Now, let's see here. Let me catch up with some of the comments here real quick. Only thing that kept me from going Google was the no expandable memory. We said none, but no expandable memory. Got you. Some people are still really really dependent on micro SD cards. That's totally fine. On the other hand, I don't know. I've had micro SD cards fail. You know what I mean? And so that seems to be the issue. I like to have the combination of both. That'd be nice, but most phones today are really going into cloud dependency, cloud storage. Obviously, to make money, right? With Google One, you have 100 gigabytes of cloud storage when you pay $1.99 a month, and then you get more if you pay $2.99. But that's yeah, I know what you mean. So anyhow, AI Pretty much. And I've been saying this. So Forbes is kind of writing an article, kind of a piece explaining why they feel that, the Pixel 5 still has a leg up on the competition on there, even though what I feel like it's not trying to compete with the iPhone or the Samsung Galaxy S series. No expandable memory is why I left Apple. Wow. I reordered my 4XL and getting it back after getting rid of it 2 weeks ago. I hope that the experience is much, much better this time. I do, and I will say this, just off topic, but Android 11 has greatly improved battery life on my Pixel 4. And I have the Pixel 4, the smaller one, the one with the 2800 milliamp hour battery, not the one with over 3000 milliamps, 2800 milliamps. And I get really good battery life for what it can do, for its capacity of what it can do. I expect, I am actually going to be working on a video. I've already come up with the idea. I got to shoot various different times, but I am actually going to compare the battery of my Pixel 2 here against my Pixel 4. And the reason why is because both these phones have 2800 milliamp hour batteries. Both of them are on Android 11, but I want to see if there's any other differences of why I'm getting a bit more better battery life with my Pixel 4 than I do with my Pixel 2. And I do think it's because of battery degrading. That's where I'm really going to boil it down to, but I just want to see if there's other aspects of it besides that. But yeah, so as they're saying here, they like to emphasize on the hold for me feature that, will trickle down to other Pixel phones, right? Of course, the Pixel 5 will have it first for a while, and then it will be ready and available for Pixel 4s and under. AI is where I said that these Pixels excel. Something that the iPhones can't say, something that Samsung can't say, right? Bixby is Bixby. Siri is Siri. Good things to ask questions. But Google Assistant, you can ask it questions and do more. It can do more. Duplex, which obviously this is an extension of Duplex. Hold for me is an extension of Duplex. Those types of things, when you really look at technology, right? Which, of course, I'm actually going to play devil's advocate in another live stream coming up this week, where I talk about how mobile technology and digital world has been detrimental to human growth. That's for a different live stream. So I will announce it a day ahead of when I'm going to do it. It is going to be me and a few guests on that I'm going to invite, and we are just going to talk about this. But anyhow, going away from that, the whole thing with AI is making it easier for a lot of people, right? Again, this is just one of the many examples. Hold for me are really, really, really good. I gotta delete the ESPN app. It just totally annoys me. I gotta turn off notifications on it. But anyways, so you gotta call a bill collector, right? You gotta talk to them or whatever. So you call the 800 number. You go through the IVR. You select all the right responses via the dialer pad, and then it tells you that you are your expected wait time is 44 minutes. Right? You got to get this done. You can't hang up and call back later. You don't want to lose your spot. So you have hold for me. You turn it on. You let it listen to that annoying elevator music that these companies choose to use. I mean, I don't know why they choose you. They think that this music keeps you calm while you're waiting for a representative to answer your phone call, but it just annoys more people than anything. But anyways, so Google Assistant is willing to stand in front of you and take that bullet. Google Assistant is willing to stand there and listen to that music over and over and over again for 44 minutes or so until that person comes on and says, "Hey, my name is Jeff with so-and-so, da, 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 da." Once it hears that, it will tell him, please hold. The caller will be joining you right now. And as it's doing that, it's alerting you saying that there is a live rep on to continue back into the call. You get into the call, you hear him. He'll probably stutter because he'll be shocked that an automated, system had responded for you. And then he'll go over his whole thing again. "Hi, my name's Jeff. My name's Jeff." But, it just makes things simpler, right? being able to have Google do tasks for you, like if you have smart technology in your home, smart light bulbs, door locks, things like that, you can say things like Google lock the front door, Google lock the back door, you know, um, hey Google, what time is it? Google, tell me about my day. Oh, I just activated Google Home.
Hi, Tito. It's 11:12 a.m. Right now in Phoenix, it's 92 degrees and mostly sunny. Today, it'll be sunny with a forecasted high of 104 and a low of 71. Have a good one. Here's the latest news.
Hey
From
Google,
Reuters TV.
stop. Hey Google, play the sound of rain. Relaxing sounds. Now it sounds like it's raining in here. But anyways, you can ask it different commands, and it will do these things. You can ask it to control lighting in your house, turn the thermostat up, turn it down. When you're away from home, with the assistant coupled with Nest, home smart appliances, you can literally do that. You could be away from home and make it as if you're home, right? Like kind of like how Home Alone. You know how people had those automated lights and stuff like that, and they would automatically turn on, and the two burglars were like, they had it down pat on what time each house's light and appliances turned on or whatever, just to make it seem like somebody was home. You could do that, and you could do it randomly, right? So when you're away on vacation, you can have everything turned on in your home to make it seem like you're home, like at 6:15 p.m. And then the next night you can do it at 5:30 p.m. And then the next night you could do it at 7:12 p.m. Like, and that's just by going and using the assistant with these basic commands. When you're away from home, you forgot to turn the AC off. You can have it control that, turn it off for you. That way, it's off. You can see who rang your doorbell when you're away on vacation and record anyone who dropped off any packages. You can see all that, right? Latrell pretty much has his own makeshift, like home smart systems. I mean, some of the stuff is like smart light bulbs and things like that, but like he demoed how he put these sensors in his mailbox, so like the lights in his house starts to flash if someone opens the mailbox, so that way he knows mail has arrived. Let's see. Let's get back to this real quick. Let's see some comments popping up here. I've noticed upgrading from Android 8 to Android 10 on the Galaxy S9 Plus has greatly increased battery life. That's great. I prefer Google over Bixby myself. Haven't even set up Bixby, or haven't even set Bixby up. Wow. The elevator music that blows your speaker every time it comes on. Ugh. Yeah. Yep. Gene agrees. So what I'm saying with this is, ultimately, it's going to be the software experience. The AI technology is part of that experience. When it comes to the Pixel 5. I know there are some people who are upset because, Google did not build a very premium flagship Pixel. And like some people are just diehard flagships. Like they can't have anything else but flagships. And while a lot of us will question them and be like, what are you? Are you some sort of bougie, I need to prove to the world I have money type person? You know what? Like people are people. People have their preferences, right? Like I will work with flagships to mid-range to budget. I've done it. I have no problem doing that. But other people are not like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, they lucked out, because if they were hoping that there was going to be some sort of premium version, and I mean premium as in the sense that premium cost. They want a premium cost phone. There's not. $699 for the Pixel 5. If you're smart, play it safe. I advise wait. I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting. Would I love to have a Pixel 5 in my hand right now? You dang right I would. But I can wait. Well, what if it goes down to $549 on sale? $150 off. Google Fi can literally put this thing out on sale. You buy a Pixel 5 out and you get 150 off. Why not jump on that? $200 off would be sweet. You know what I mean? $500. But then they would have to make like the Pixel 4a 5G like go down to like $399 for it to be sold. But anyways, I'm waiting. I mean, I will have one in hand, in the next month or so. to be able to do like some reviews on it and tell you guys my experience of it. Obviously, it's going to be a pain to let it go, but obviously it's not mine. So, and I'll be sending it off to the friends so the friends can do their videos and test out the phone themselves. And we can all have videos on the Pixel 5 to share with you guys. And mine are actually going to be videos. I'm not going to do a podcast like this and like hold the phone up and be like, you know, I may do a live stream to like answer Q&A live and be able to like demo things live. But as far as like a review, I'm going to do it video style. So you can expect those. But going back to the point, software is where it's at. Doesn't matter if the phone is encased in $1,000 POS or, you know, a $500, you know, budget conscious design. I don't care. It's the software experience. You can tell me till you're blue in the face that it's going to be bad because of the processing chip that it has. But no one has held this phone in hand to actually determine that as fact, right? Everyone that is talking about it in that style is literally talking about it like gospel, like blind faith. You're believing it in blind faith. You know, some people will be like, well, I've had a couple of phones with a 765G and it was bad. Yeah. You know, if you're referencing the Velvet has a UI on top of it that's going to yield a much different experience than stock optimized Android from Google themselves. You know, if you have whatever device it may be that has the 765G, it's not a Google phone. Google phones are taken on a different perspective only because of the way that Google optimizes this thing, right? Battery optimization, software optimization are the two biggest keys. And like Forbes says, today most people are concerned about price and battery life. The third thing is camera. Camera has kind of dipped down. Before, it was all about battles of the camera. Ultra wide, it can do this, it can do that, yada, yada, yada. But where Google stands in with camera, we don't have to worry about it. The changes that they made with video was great. Adding those few key features makes a really good difference when it comes to the camera. And most of that is what they are. Right. Pixel King, thank you for coming in. I haven't seen you in here before, so I appreciate you for popping in here. It is premium. Yes, it is premium. You and I will say that, but to a lot of the tech guys out there, they won't because it's not glass back. Today, having a glass front and back just seems to be what everyone would consider premium, and anything else after that is not. Because remember the days when phones were made out of metal, like the iPhone 7, the HTC 10, those devices were made out of metal, right? We need nice. What happened to nice price stuff? Yeah. Yes. Those are some of the things here. Definitely. Christmas is coming. Yes. So like I said, deals. If $699 is not a price that you're happy with paying for this, then wait. Be patient and wait. You know what I mean? Don't watch YouTube videos about the Pixel 5, every day. Like leave it off. Tax season again. That's where I'm going for it. I'm going for it tax season. But yeah, so that's the issues that basically the Pixel 5 addresses: price and battery. A 4,080 milliamp hour battery, $700 compared to the competitors out there. Stock Android, very well optimized. Battery optimization with adaptive battery, right? And then you have the extreme battery save, which they claim can get you up to 48 hours. Everyone keeps going on that, talking about it won't get you 48 hours. Well, duh, it won't get you 48 hours all the time, but it can get you up to, depending on what apps you shut down and what apps you keep open that you consider essential. And then it will go off of that. So you have these things, but the main quintessential thing of the Pixels is AI, right? The the Pixel Core chip that's basically dedicated for image processing. So there is a chip dedicated to correcting imperfections in photos that's taken from the 12.2 megapixel sensor. That is standalone for photo taking, all on its own. And then you have the rest of the system itself. Baby Yoda, what's up, man? I am doing good this morning. I appreciate you asking. I appreciate you for coming in too as well. But most of them is bias who's saying that. Well, I mean, But people have their preferences, right? Though people will look at me, because I have my side project channel called Mr. Pixel, which is dedicated to just talking about the pixels that I have, which is basically almost every one of them. People will say that I'm biased. The big homie Sneed says that basically he wouldn't come to me regarding the pixels only because he feels like that I am a bit biased, that I wouldn't, be unbiased to the whole situation, which I feel like I'm not biased to that extent. Like, I will call out the pixels for their shortcomings, but that's from my perspective, and maybe from other people's perspective, they'll say like, yeah, Tito, you do kind of mention the things that's wrong with the pixels, but you do it in such a light way that you make it seem like it's nothing when it's actually something, who knows? So I can't change his perspective. I have no meaning to do it. And I respect him on that because I'm a Pixel fanboy. I really am. Let's see. Typical Kyler. Thank you for coming in here and joining us here. You know what? I haven't seen you in here before, so I do thank you for coming in. And by the way, guys, I know there's 11 of you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for being here with me too as well. What helps me out? Smashing that like button. That helps me out, man. So I really appreciate it if you guys could just take a moment to do that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you like pixels and you want to see videos about pixels, then subscribe to my side project channel called Mr. Pixel. I am making videos on every Pixel device that I have, and it's just completely dedicated to talking about the Google Pixel phones. That's a side project. I don't know how long that channel is going to be for. It could be for a long time. I could eventually shut it down and just leave the videos that I made up. Who knows? But it's a side project. You know what I mean? This channel is my main focus. So I welcome you all here and welcome all new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming in. But yeah, the software will always be that. I'd say that. So, with things like this, like Hold For Me, the things that the assistant can do for you, the smart technology that it can bond with and make life much more easier for you, especially if you live a hectic, busy day-to-day lifestyle. That's where it's at. It's all software, And I gotta say, the design, I don't think it's bad at all. Going with recycled aluminum, I think is a nice touch. I would prefer a metal phone versus a glass back phone. Like my Pixel 4, I have to keep it in a case. I don't really like rocking cases on my phone, but I have to because I don't want that glass back to get smashed. You know what I mean? I've seen iPhones with smashed backs, and even though people are like, they'll still use them, they'll put a case over it to hide it. You know that it's still there, and when you take the case off, it's pretty ugly. So my daily side for popping in. Hey, Tito, bro, don't forget about the launch tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Yeah, definitely. MDS, I haven't forgotten about the launch, bro. And if it's not scrubbed, definitely going to watch it. So cool thing. But I appreciate you reminding me because I am forgetful. Don't get me wrong. I am forgetful. I can ask my wife over here right now and ask her, am I very forgetful? And yeah, every time she tells me to take out something to make for dinner, and then she hears that infamous excuse, babe, I forgot. And it gets frustrating because, then we have to wait longer for dinner because we have to defrost meat and have to wait for that to defrost. You cannot force defrost it. Never force defrost meat. It has to defrost naturally. But let's see. Is Google going down? No, they're not going down. No. That ain't happening. And the Pixel 5 is still a solid option. Like I said, I prefer metal. I prefer a metal phone. You know what I mean? That's why the Pixel 2, I like. It's not glass back. The Pixel 1 XL and the Pixel 1 made out of metal. I like that. I don't got to worry. I mean, yeah, they have a glass back area at the top where the camera's at. And, some people complain about that. But, I mean, as far as like a full back glass, like the whole body of it, that's scary. You drop that, totally smashed. So, but yeah. So I can see where Forbes is going with this. They're really focusing on the software, and I'm glad that Forbes sees that because that's something that myself and other, fans of Pixels have been saying for the longest time when people would really talk about it. It's just like, it is software over hardware, right? Hardware is like 20 to 25% of the battle. Software is 75 to 80% of the battle. Maverick is in here. Hi, just stopped by to say hello. Football is my life. Later. All right, Maverick. Thanks so much for popping in, dude. Hopefully the team you're rooting for is going, man. I can always watch like the highlights and stuff. I have ESPN Plus, so I can watch the games later at my leisure. But anyways, all right, let's move on to the next thing here. And to kind of close out this podcast, that is the iPhone 12 pricing. Now this is leaked. This is not gospel. This is not Moses and the 10 Commandments type thing. This is just, from BGR. BGR pretty much wrote this article. So let me cite my source here for you guys so you guys can check it out yourselves. Put the link of the website there. So make sure that's it. Yep, that is it. All right. So let's kind of just focus in. Let me full screen this. So here's how they have it for the iPhone 12 pricing, according to some leak documentations, I guess. This came from a Twitter user known as Apple Rumors. Their Twitter tag is at @A_rumors1111. Right? It says iPhone 12 pricing. So they start off in the different categories, right? The iPhone 12 mini, 5.4-inch design, 64 gigabyte variant, $649. 128 gigabyte variant, $699. 256 variant, $799. Now that is for the iPhone 12 mini, basically having the body the body size of the iPhone SE first generation, smaller, very small, because that phone is small, really hard to type on. But I mean, the screen is not going to be the same. It's going to have a nearly a bezel-less display with, of course, the Apple Notch. So very interesting to see that. Then it goes into the iPhone 12, the 6.1-inch variant, 64 gigabyte variant starting at $749, 128 gigabyte, $799, 256, $899, and that is for the basic iPhone 12, right? Now we move into the Pro edition, iPhone 12 Pro, 6.1-inch, the 128 gigabyte. So this starts at 128. There is no 64 gig variant. The 128 variant, $999. 256, $1,099, and 512 is at $1,299. And then moving to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, 6.7-inch display size. That one, they say 128 gig is $1,099, 256 is $1,199, and the 512 variant is $1,399. Now, if this pricing is true from this person on Twitter who leaked the pricing, okay, now you know what to expect for the iPhone users. Now I will kind of go back and talk about how there are people that compare the iPhone 12 to the already unveiled and soon to launch Pixel 5. Now I want to go here and say this. The iPhone 12 mini is not something that I would consider to be what is the contender to the Pixel 5. It's not. Okay, it's a mini version. Mini version, mini to me. If there was a Pixel 5 mini, then I can see those two combating. But, the iPhone 12 mini, no. What the real contender is to the Pixel 5 is the iPhone 12, the 6.1-inch model. Not the Pro version, not the Pro Max version, the iPhone 12, right? Pixel 5, 128 gig, 8 gigabytes of RAM, wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, IP68 water and dust resistance. Almost near bezel-less display with a punch hole camera and a biometric fingerprint on the back. Versus, and that's only, there's only one variant, which, wouldn't be nice if there was two variants, right? But just one, and that's at 128 gigs. Goes for $699. You got the iPhone 12. The 6.1-inch display, with this, it's the Bionic 13 or Bionic 14 chip that it's going to have, 64 gigabytes of internal storage. These are supposed to have 6 gigabytes of RAM, by the way. The 64 gig variant costs $749. So basically $50 more than what the Pixel 5 costs. You get half of the amount of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM. That's supposed to be the contender to the Pixel 5. Because if you go with the 128 gig model of the iPhone 12, you're paying $100 more than the Pixel 5. And while people can say, yes, but iOS does this and the ecosystem does this, like, no, throw all that out. Throw out the AI assistant, throw out Apple's ecosystem and just look. 128 gig, iPhone 12, $800. Pixel 5, $700. Right? This is what I talk about when people kind of go at me and they say, well, Google is $1 trillion company. They should be able to take a loss and price the Pixel 5 at $500. If that's the case, then, like Apple is $1 trillion company. Apple's $1 trillion company. Ask them to make the 128 variant of the iPhone 12, make that $500. Make the 64 gig $450 with the iPhone 12 minis. Make the 256 one, make that 400, the 128 300, and the 64 gig 200. Why can't they do that? They got money to burn. Because it goes down to the thing, businesses are not here to lose money. They're not here to just give away money. You know what I mean? And a special shout out to the man, Siova. Yo, hey there, Siova, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in, bro. So, I mean, that's the point that I'm making. Is that very fact right there? So while people dog the Pixel 5 because of its price, because it's not in their eyes to their standard being the flagship of flagships. Yeah, I get it. We can all wish for cheaper pricing, right? A lot of people say if the Pixel 5 was priced at $599, it would have been the smartphone of the year. And that's just going off pricing. When has pricing really set the standard of smartphone of the year? When has it been that we don't judge the phone on just how, the user experience is? Like why is that not as important? Price is. And so already people can say it's not going to be smartphone of the year. Why not? It could be. With all the things you're getting with the Pixel 5 at $700. I mean, again, comparison, if you were to pick the iPhone 12 out of that list that matches similar to the Pixel 5, that's the iPhone 12, the 128 gigabyte variant with 6 gigs of RAM. That one's $800, $100 more. So if you wanted to pay the same price as a Pixel 5, you have to go with less storage. Half storage. Because they're here to steal our money. Yeah, I guess so. iPhone 12 Pro Max Plus is probably going to become a thing. How many is it? It's the size of the iPhone SE first generation. So not the new one that just came out this year, the one that came out in 2016 or 2015, I think it was. Was it 2015? 2016, I think it was when it came out. That is the size of the iPhone 12 mini. That's why I say that the iPhone 12 mini, because I know when it comes to these smartphone arguments between people, they're going to say, look at the iPhone 12 mini and its pricing. This is, this is a competitor to the Pixel 5. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. I won't agree there and I won't judge it based on that. You're not going to go and put the iPhone 12 mini and say that is a contender to go up against the Pixel 5. Smaller form factor, smaller sizes, just to kind of skew the scale so the pricing kind of looks to be competitive against the Pixel 5. No, the competitor to the Pixel 5, if you really want to have a competitor from Apple to the Pixel 5, it's the iPhone 12. You want 128 gig with 6 gigs of RAM, then you go $800, $100 more than the Pixel 5. There you have it. So at the end of the day, that's that. The people want to argue that point, go to the corner. You got timeout. Simple as that. But if these are the true prices, because again, I will make that argument when it's definite, when the iPhone 12 is announced and all the variations of the models are announced and the prices are announced. That's when I will say, okay, now let's go ahead and compare. Right now, this is just leaked. This is from Twitter user Apple Rumors. Apple Rumors could be wrong. John, I don't pay my people Prosser could leak this same thing out. Maybe wrong. Who knows? But this is what people are looking at as far as pricing. This is what people are thinking is the pricing. This person, Apple Rumors, says this is the pricing. Leaked. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing great. I am doing great, Sandeep. Thank you for popping in here, man. Really appreciate it. I'm glad to have you with us. Let's Looking forward to getting my Pixel 4 XL back. Then I'll look to upgrade to the Pixel 5 come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Sweet idea, man. Sweet idea. I'll tell you guys right now, if anyone owns a Pixel 1 and they're like, I'm going to wait and I'm going to trade in my Pixel 1, don't do it. I look to see what the trade-in value is at the Google store. And in okay condition, because the body of my Pixel 1 is like scratched, but everything is pretty much like working except for their own malfunction PCB board that has a hairline fracture in the soldering, and that's their fault. They're only going to give me a $27 credit off. So don't even be like, okay, I'll get rid of my Pixel 1 and do that, because that's not going to happen. Yeah, it's kind of sad. So just looking at everything, right? Pixel Watch, just kind of recapping everything. Pixel Watch, Google, just do it. All right. Take a page from what's his name? Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Okay. Don't put on your noogler hat and try to be over googly with the Pixel Watch. Just make it functional. Make it functional. If you happen to put Project Soli in it, that's fine. If you put Project Soli in it, that's totally cool. But make sure that it has a purpose there other than to just stand there and wave at your wrist where people are going to think you're insane and you need to be locked up. Because that's just absolutely crazy. But yeah, fix Wear OS so that way the software experience, the user experience of the Pixel Watch is great. So fix Wear OS, and just go simple first with your first smartwatch. Go simple, make it functional, usable. We'll be okay with it. LTE version, $179.99. Non-LTE version, $149.99. Be competitive in pricing. All right. We also talked about the Pixel 5 quite a bit. Really just kind of dabbled in that the real thing about Pixels is the AI and software experience. And Forbes basically wrote an article, and their thing that they focused on was the AI the smart software, the hold for me function that was an extension to Google Duplex. Which, if you guys have not seen Google Duplex, watch it. Watch what it can do. You know what I mean? Because it's really, really cool. Yeah, definitely. Just Google it. Google Duplex demo, and you will hear the actual conversation between the assistant and a restaurant hostess, or the maitre d', who answers the call and sets up to book a reservation. And Google was so human-like that even at points where the person said, just give me 1 second, the assistant knew to make these weird gestures, like, like just those weird vocal gestures to make it seem like a live person was talking to that hostess. I mean, anyone who works at a restaurant picks up a phone and are being called from an AI assistant on a smartphone that hears a robotic voice is obviously going to know this is a robotic voice, or they may just hang up. You know what I mean? So the person that calls in to it was a salon, a hair appointment. To book a hair appointment, they demoed it. It went flawless. The restaurant one had a few hiccups, only because of specific things that the assistant wasn't able to understand from the maitre d', and therefore it caused kind of a slight confusion. But the conversation still basically made into what they were trying to do, trying to book a reservation at a restaurant. So Google it, Google Duplex demo, and you will see it for yourself. Now, Hold for Me is an extension from that. That's a real crazy thing. So software is really where Google contends against every competitor out there. And there's not. I'm sorry. Siri is not on the level of it. Bixby is not on the level of it. What's the other one? Cortana is not on the level of it. It's not, right? That's where Google really is at. Advertisement, AI technology. That's the G company's thing. So, and then we got the Pixel pricing again, just to kind of quickly recap. The mini size, which is a 5.4-inch display. The body size is the size of the iPhone SE first generation, according to a lot of rumors. But it does have the full screen display with the notch, right? So doesn't have bezels. So that's a bigger display, but the body form factor is supposed to be the size of the iPhone SE first generation. So the iPhone 12 mini, 64 gig, 649, 128 at 699, and 256 at 799. The iPhone 12, the base model iPhone 12, 6.1 inch display, 64 gigs, 74.99, 128, 799, 256 at 899, and then we have the 12 Pro at the 128 gig version, 99.99, 256 at 1,099, 512 at 1,299. Then we got the 12 Pro Max, 6.7 inch display version, 128 model, 1,099. 256 model, 1,199, and the 512 model at 1,399. These are leaked, rumored pricing from Twitter user Apple Rumors. Their Twitter handle is at @a_rumors 1111. That is their Twitter handle. I'll pop it here in the chat for you guys if you guys want to go check out the Twitter account just to kind of see. So at @rumors 1111. Let's make sure I type that right. I want to make sure I put it right. Yeah, all lowercase. All right. So this is the Twitter user's handle. You guys can go check out his Twitter account. Basically, see. Anyways, yeah. So just to kind of close this out on what's going to be happening this coming week. Obviously, more tech news, whatever's circulating in the tech news community, I will bring up the article. I will talk about it. We will open the sucker up. Let me see. Let me go to these comments here first. So, Tito, the 6-inch screen on the Pixel 5 seems small. What do you think? To me, no. I use a Pixel 4. So for me, this is for me. The screen size seems okay. If at your preference a 6-inch display is too small for you, then you'll probably have to look at a different angle. You can probably look at the Pixel 4a 5G. It may lose some of the features that the Pixel 5 has, like the IP certification for water dust resistance. You may lose the reverse wireless charging and wireless charging. But a lot of the things that the Pixel 5 has, the Pixel 4a 5G has, and it has a bigger display. I think it's like 6.3. So just slightly bigger, not massively huge, but yeah, because that's the way that smartphones today are being built, right? Bigger display, smaller body form factor. They're trying to squeeze a 6-inch into a 4-inch. That's what they're trying to do. That's why they're going completely bezel-less, which can be a pain. I don't like the arc displays, so like the edging where like it arcs. I don't like those types of phones. So, but to me, the 6-inch is fine. It's usable for me. I'd say this, if you're really, really like on the fence, this is what I do. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I know Best Buy is going to carry the Pixel 5 in hand in stock, right? They're going to have a display at their Google station set up with the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a 5G, and all that sort of stuff. I go to Best Buy and I play with phones. Like Best Buy is a grown man's Chuck E. Cheese. I go there. I wanted to go there yesterday, but I had a lot of things to do. So I couldn't stop and ask my wife, hey, let's go inside Best Buy and walk around, because they're fully open now. They're not, you don't have to order online and then go to their little tent in front of their front door and wait for someone to run inside Best Buy and grab the product and run it back up to the front. You don't have to do that. I wanted to go inside and look around at Best Buy because I miss going to Best Buy and just looking at what they had. You know what I mean? Just playing around with the tech that's inside there. That's, yeah. So go to Best Buy and look at it. Play around with it. Take pictures with it. Take pictures all over the store. Record a video. Play with the features in video. Play with the night sight and all those things. Like just do it. And you'll get like a first impressions right there to say to yourself, am I willing to drop the money on this phone? And is this phone really going to meet my needs? Or if you get that feeling like, nah, this ain't going to work for me, then right there, it ain't going to work for you. Walk away from it and stay with the Pixel 4 XL. Because honestly, what's wrong with any of the past Pixels? They get 3 years of software support. So they're going to get the latest version of Android. They're going to get Android 12 next year. Some of them will still continue on and get Android 13. I think the Pixel 2 is stopped at Android 11, and I think the Pixel 3 will stop at Android 12, and the Pixel 4 will get Android 13. which is kind of funny. Android 13 from Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I had to say it. Let's see. Let's see. Kazi says, "Yeah, what up, Kazi? Gotta love Forbes. I trust them. I don't trust any news publication. I got to fact checked against a lot. Why am I showing my own stuff? I got to fact checked against each other. Okay, just got some chat going on. Typically, I trust Forbes also. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do, but still, you got to compare it against other sources. Yeah, I just tried Best Buy Friday. Didn't have it yet. Yeah, a lot of them not going to have it. Check around the middle of October. So October 15th, check around there. And yeah, Tito's right that Best Buy is an amusement park for tech. It is. It is. It really is. I wish they would let you play with drones inside there. That'd be so cool. Like the drone station. I really wish they would have like a little mini drone that you could just go there and just start playing around there and fly the drone all over the store. They kind of have like a little height level thing where, they tell people like, don't fly it close to the ceiling. If you do so, you'll be kicked out or something like that. Or if you damage the drone, you won't have to purchase it. And they put the price of it like $1,000 for the drone. So people are like, okay, I'll just hover it above me, but I would love to play with the drone inside the store, a virtual setup station where you can play a virtual game and put the virtual goggles on and just play. That'd be so totally cool. Of course, I think if I was to go in Best Buy and play around with all that stuff, they'd kick me out. They'd be like, Tito, this is not your toy chest. Get the hell out. And I'd have to get out. But if I go to Best Buy, I'll probably live stream. I'll probably do it just from like the YouTube app and just live stream inside of Best Buy and just show what's inside there and do like a little, live stream tour. Who knows? That'll happen one day. But anyways, guys, I am about to close this out. I really appreciate you guys for coming in here. All the articles that we talked about, links were posted in the chat for you guys. You guys can check them out, read them for yourself. Everyone that came in, thank you so much for coming in. Again, if y'all smash that like button, I really appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to my mods. Thank you guys so much. Hashtag demons. You guys are my demons for the month of October. Y'all are clutch holding it down. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more topics to discuss, open discussions, questions, and stuff like that, and a bit of a Q&A. And later on this week, I am doing a special live podcast, hopefully with some guests to join me. And I'm going to talk about the detrimental damages that the digital world, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and all that stuff, what it has done to the human race and how it has changed, evolved us in not a great way. Where literally nowadays we can't really understand somebody because we no longer understand body language because everything is done through digital chat. So we're losing our humanity. That's what it is. We're losing our humanity. And I want to focus on that point because we have to help create this balance for people so that way we can get back to being what we really are. And that's humans, non-dependent on technology. So stay on the lookout for that. I will definitely tweet out. Shout out to my members again, those who had joined to become a member. Appreciate you guys for doing so. You guys are awesome and amazing. Again, if you like the show, you ever want to help out, there's links right there for, one-time monetary donation. That's totally up to you. You guys don't have to, but it's there. Again, the PayPal link, Cash App link, whichever one you guys use, totally cool. But yeah, nice stream. Thanks so much, Kyler. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Y'all are clutch. Love you guys very much. You guys enjoy the rest of the Sunday football. So let's get back to football, guys, gents. Appreciate you guys for being here. And as always, law.